Hello there, this is Cindy at cindybdesigns.com. Thank you for joining me today. We are featuring the Gathering Together Suite collection. That's the online exclusive that came out a couple months ago. And I'm taking you through the kit, which I've done several times before. I got videos on this and everything. There is a lot of, not kit, suite collection. There's a lot of great die cuts in here, designer series paper. I didn't show you the embossing folder because it was dirty and I forgot to bring that on in, but I think I do later on during this video. And so we're going through the designer series paper right now, and very fall, kind of I think it's more on the masculine side, and that's the designer series paper that coordinates with the embossing folder there. But the colors in here are Cajun Craze, Crushed Curry, Old Olive, Basic Beige, and Early Espresso. And yeah, there goes my hair flying across the screen. So I've gotten into this suite collection quite a bit, and these are going to be our club cards for, and there's gold in here too, for October 2025. And there's a link below in the description of this video that'll take you to the post directly linked to this where you can see pictures and everything like that. So again, those are the colors. We're using those today. We're making 4 cards, 1 design of each, and all the details will be over on the Kit Club page. And I'm not sure if I'm going to blog post this or not, but again, there will be a link. So for our first card, super, super easy. I got 1 and 2 ready for you. We have a top folding basic beige card base, and then I have a mat of Cajun Craze that I put some of the designer series paper onto, and then I stamped those 2 little images there. I did way too much on this card than I wanted to in advance, but I stamped 2 of those images. I die cut them out with the coordinating dies, and then one thing I did bring in from the outside is the heartfelt hexagon, and I'll have a supply list and everything like that for you, in PDF for when you pick this up. And I got stamped dimensionals on the back of that. Our sentiment is stamped in Early Espresso. And then I got Early Espresso twine from our suite collection, tied that into a bow, and right now we have Cajun Craze and gold. Oh, what are these called? Cajun Craze and gold dots. Okay, I was going to say that if I thought there was something else. And I'm just scattering those about there. And I think I put 3. Yeah, I went from like large, medium to small. And so that was just a really, really simple and easy card to make. So for card number 2, this is going to be really, really fun to do. I have the heartfelt hexagon punch, and I brought in the gold thread, and then Cajun Craze and Early Espresso markers, and then the traditional labels, and that is from the Holiday Mini. And so for this one, I cut our sentiment out of that die cut that I just showed you from the labels, and I went ahead and die cut out the leaf from the die cuts from Cajun Craze, and I embossed that through the coordinating embossing folder, and I'll get back to that in a second. So our mat is going to be very vanilla here, and I'm laying that down with liquid adhesive. That is really, really old cardstock. We're talking 15 years, and I still have a bunch of it. It's our gold cardstock, and I kept it for something like this. And that's included, in the card club when you grab that. And I'm laying that down with liquid adhesive. Now for that, I got stamped dimensionals on the back, but I did take a sponge dauber and dip that into Cajun Craze ink, or, a mini blending. I think I took a mini blending brush, to tell you the truth. And I just went around the edges of that to give it that texture and dimension on top of the embossing. Got the stamped dimensionals off the back of that. And I'm taking my nail and I'm going to curl up the ends of it a little bit. And then over there up above, I have another leaf stamped in Cajun Craze, and then the other one is an old olive. You see the sentiment, and then I tied some of our gold thread into a bow there. And I am just grabbing that glue dot to figure out where I want to put all of that. The leaves are going to be put down on Stampin' Dimensionals like I'm showing you there. Now I put, like the bones on the very bottom of that sentiment so I can line everything up that way, keep my dimensionals on the same level, and then maybe pop a glue dot in underneath that just to keep it all secure. Again, all this will be on the PDF. So I'm popping in that old olive leaf right now, and I forgot to put our little bow in there. So I had to pull the sentiment off and just making sure that that looks really good when I put the sentiment back on. So I'm getting all of that lined up because I want my tails to go out to the left and right like that. How to bring it up so I can see it. And then I'm just going to snip the ends of that. And then again, we're going to grab some of those gold and Cajun craze dots. And then I'm just going to scatter about 3 all around it. We got one at the bottom, one on the sentiment, and then one over kind of like the top center a little bit. And that will be it for card number 2. And now, okay there, so I'm back for card number 3. I've already put, this together for the most part. We have a basic beige cardstock. My mat is crushed curry. And then I don't know if I told you or showed you the embossing folder at the beginning of this video. I don't think I did because I had to clean it. It was dirty and it was over by the sink. And so I just layered a piece of basic white cardstock on top of that. And then I took the stamp set, and these leaves are in Old Olive and Cajun Craze, and these are crushed curry, and our little acorns, they're an early espresso. And I have everything, laid down here. So I cut this label out from, which one? Traditional Labels, this die here. That's the sentiment that's put down in early espresso. And then, die cut it out. I'm going to put this on the back of Stampin' Dimensionals, but in the meantime, it's going to go like that. So what I need to do is start tucking things in. So I am going to grab, and I'm going to use liquid adhesive for this. And I'm just going to put some on the back and start like right about there. And then let's go ahead and grab a green one. They're all pretty small and, easy enough to lay down. I hope that you can see this. Yeah, you can. Let's go up this way with this guy here. And that's going to stay down really well. Then we want to grab like a crushed curry. And then go back around to the the Cajun Craze. So I want to make sure, I'm getting all this laid in right. Or do I want this on a dimensional? I don't know. Maybe I should. No. Well, if I put it the right way, it's going to be fine. You know what? Why not? So I'm going to grab a mini here. I'm going to pop that right about there, up towards the top. Because that way I'll be able to sneak in my leaf. The one underneath that without it looking wonky or messing up anything too bad. Okay, there we go. And so far we're looking good. I'm going to pull back in the liquid adhesive. And I'm kind of bummed I had to go on a second round of steroids, and I haven't slept in forever. Okay, so let's get this guy. Right about, I'm coming in at a weird angle. So I want to get that tucked underneath there, but yet keep it. So my sentiment panel's okay. What do you say we do? The green next. And that, we'll just go ahead and put that down on No, wait a second. I have another acorn here, but you know what? Let's go ahead and get this down, because I'm doing this side a little bit differently. Or, you know, the bottom of it. And I picked my clip at the wrong place. Let's get this like right about there. And I know that may not make too much sense, but once we put down our acorn here, and I need a large one for this. And all I did with this was die cut it out and then take some of the twine from the Sweet Collection and just make a little bow. Whoa. Peel that off my desk, pop that on top, and let's get that guy down right about there. And then last but not least, well, we got a few more things. Okay, I want to do it this way. More liquid adhesive on the back. And then we're just going to tuck this guy up right about there. Now, all looks good. I already got my Stampin' Dimensionals on the back of this. And I'm just going to peel that off. Then tuck this in here. I need to get this out of my way. Right about no, I want this acorn under. You don't want it too acorny. Right about there. Fix that string there. And I'm going to pull in some of these Cajun Craze and gold dots. And I think I'm just going to take a large one and tuck it right about here. And let's do a medium one up here. And then we'll get a small one. And I'm going to sneak this. I'm good with that. Okay, and that is it for our third card. Simple, easy to do. And then now we'll go ahead and move on to the fourth card. So for our fourth card, this is the easiest thing in the world to make. We have a old olive cardstock, and then I layered a piece of the designer series paper from the Gathering Moments onto that. And it's a circle one. And then I had this scrap of old olive cardstock. I'd already run it through the mini corrugated embossing folder, and I thought it's a perfect size, why not use that? And then I cut another piece of designer series paper here, and another label, and it's this one right here, from Traditional Labels, and I stamped the sentiment with old olive, and all I'm going to do to this is, again, easiest thing in the world, but what makes this card pop a little bit is the embossing folder piece right there. You can see it at the ends. And then the two different patterns of designer series paper. I'm just going to pop that on top to bottom, left to right. And good, I have a mini glue dot around here somewhere. Just tie this little bow here. Again, and that's from the kit. And that is with the early espresso twine that you get. I'm gonna pop that on. Get that glue dot off. And just put it down right there. And then grab our little mushroom here and lay that on top and hope for the best. It'll be okay. Easy, easy. Now what I did with the mushroom here is I took our Stampin' Up markers and just colored the top with Cajun Craze and the bottom with early espresso. I'll fix this one here for the pictures. And we These are like retiring, and they're on clearance right now. So if you want them, they're all in current colors. You know, grab them along with the, well, you know, the clean out stamps. They're retiring, and you know, they're at a really good price right now. So you might want to go ahead and pick them up. And so this is it for card number 4. And again, these are really, really easy to do. So that is number 4. Let me get that in view for you. This is going to be number 3. Okay, and that's, you know, this month's October card club. And there'll be a link directly to that page underneath here so you can see how you get this. And that's number 2. And this is card number 1. So I thank you for joining me. I will see you again real soon. I'm probably going to have a haul video for you because we have new online exclusives coming out in on November 1st, and you are going to love these. There's a super cute hobby one. If you like to sew, bake, paper craft, or whatever, you will definitely want to grab that. I was really impressed with what we're doing this time. So, and I think that you'll like it too. So again, thank you for joining me today. Don't forget to hit like and subscribe, leave a comment. Let me know what you want me to do for future videos. And then I will see you again on, I'm not sure because I'm not sure if I'm going to put this one up first or my haul video. But we'll wing it. But regardless, you know, I'm going to have a Tuesday and Friday video this week, and then I will see you again next week. So have a great day. Bye.